YouTube! ¿Qué pasa? Welcome back to another Dokkan Battle video. Right. Now, before you actually summon for the new STR LR Gohan and Extreme Int LR Broly, right? They are dropping, as you can see, in 1 day and 16 hours. Obviously, it's not my time zone. Here in Germany, it's going to be at 8 a.m. in the morning on the 14th. But anyways, if you are planning on summoning these, I think there should be a few things which we should look into first. Right. So first, let's actually look at the characters itself. Now, looking at both of these characters, they are definitely huge. Like, definitely very good characters. And I believe it's somewhat a natural progression in these types of gacha games where like power creep comes in, every new character is obviously going to be better. Just looking at the Broly, for example, he is probably going to hit like a nuclear bomb, right? Just looking at him, he's probably gonna be one. He's probably gonna be one of those characters where in a couple of months or even next year, people will be looking back and saying, "Yo, this Broly was hitting hard," right? Definitely one of those characters, right? With Gohan, he brings a lot of utility as well, right? The fact that the devs actually implemented the Majin Buu saga and Ally of Justice categories for this character just yesterday was actually huge. So that makes this character actually a way more viable option to be actually playing. Now, in terms of usability, though, I kind of see this character not being as overwhelming than obviously a fan favorite like Broly. Unless you're like a huge Gohan fan, I don't really see this character being one of those. It's probably the same thing as LR future Gohan, right? It's probably going to be a similar thing, right? But with Broly, the fact that you can complete a full movie bosses team with him or a Planetary Destruction Broly team, like a pure savage Broly destroying team, is going to be huge for a lot of people, like including myself. Loving Broly is a huge, huge fan of Broly. So this will be a character which I will be using quite a lot since, for example, the Tech LR Carnival Broly, which we just received on the part 1, is already my main character, right? So, having said that, we do not know the featured characters in the banners yet, right? So, in the current movies trio Super Saiyan character banner, for example, we have LR Gogeta in there, right? So I can probably assume with the new Gohan, we're probably not gonna have the same unit in there. We're probably gonna have, I don't know, like LR Jiren or something in there. I can assume that he's probably going to be part of that, and that's going to be a downgrade, right? If you're looking to build a specific team, that may be an upgrade, but generally, that's a downgrade in comparison to LR Gogeta, right? So I don't know who is also going to be part of the featured banner from the for this Broly. I'm assuming the old LR Tech Broly who just received his Easy A will be a featured character in that banner. If so, that's going to be very nice because I still don't have him. But yeah, that also remains to be seen. So that's also something to be taken into consideration. Now, depending on if you're a new player, right, you just started yesterday or I don't know, a couple of days ago, or you're a returning player and you're lacking a lot of characters, then the current Tech LR Carnival Broly banner and the Super Saiyan Trio banner are definitely very valuable. Both of them have, we already know what their featured characters are, so there is a chance of getting a good roster to start with, right? Now, apart from that, the Trio Super Saiyan, the Super Saiyan Trio is a huge character. 200% leader, makes so many characters good again, allows for a lot of team builds. Same with the Tech LR Carnival Broly. He is basically allowing you to run a few different setups. And also with the option of having the free-to-play, what's it called, Paragos on the team. That's the way I'm running it, for example. You're able to actually run quite a few combinations, right? Now the what's his name? The LR Turtles. He's, for example, as a featured on that banner, right? So there is a chance of you getting him actually, who actually works very well in a team with that new LR Tech Carnival Broly. So yeah, having said that, now you know what the characters are in the current banner, so going for the current banners is not a bad choice. Now, I would definitely advise, like especially new players, returning players, if you are looking to get these two new characters, the new Broly and the Gohan, then going for their banners is not a bad choice. Even though we don't know yet what their featured units are going to be, if you are new and lacking a lot of units, obviously it's never a bad choice to go into these banners, right? As a already seasoned player who probably has hard times getting to Dragon Stones without using the old Maestro card or the credit card, right? It's maybe gonna be a bit tough making these decisions, right? Me personally, I'm gonna be going for both, but yet again, I'm a returning player, right? I have huge amounts of Dragonstone sources left, for which I don't even find the time to farm. Like literally, it's crazy how much there is to farm now in comparison to back in the days. Obviously, missed a couple of years. But yeah, that's again another thing to consider. Then, last but not least, you want to take into consideration if you are going for one of these two new units, what are you going to do with them, right? Now, it's cool to summon for new units and you have them and it's all good, right? But do you have the corresponding units to actually build a decent team which is usable in more difficult content? If that's so, then go for it, right? If that isn't so, then it's somewhat of a tricky situation because you may get these units in a couple of multis. Maybe you're even lucky and get him in one multi, right? That's good. Then you have the character. But if you don't have specific other units, you might still struggle with difficult content, right? So suggestion would also be on that point to think about maybe even skipping certain banners. I'm not saying these two, that's just a general thought of mine, which I'm trying to reproduce on my viewers, which I always did on Bleach Brave Souls as well, right? If you're not sure whether you can build a decent team with a new character, right? Then in my opinion, it's definitely a better choice if the character isn't like a must-have beyond broken unit, right? To actually skip a banner and wait for the next best event or next best banner, which actually is also broken, right? And with keeping that in mind, on January 2025, the anniversary will happen. So we all know for a fact when anniversary happens, it's gonna be peak. Like it has to be peak. I don't see how it can't be good, right? And some must-have units, like for example, Beast Gohan, have to be on that celebration then, right? On the 10th year anniversary. I don't see uh, how else they're gonna make it good if they don't bring out like very valuable, much-needed characters as well as featured units during anniversary, right? So that's why I'm suggesting actually look at your roster, look at your box, at your characters, and see if you have units which you require to actually build a decent team around these characters, right? And then decide whether you summon, right? So that's just my approach to these kind of games and to these kind of banners, right? Unless you're a huge spender, whale, or whatever, it's a whole different story, right? Then don't watch this video and just call it a day, right? Now, if it's the case that you like the character, like you're a Broly fan, you don't really care about the team, you just want to have Broly, and you made it your life's mission to collect all Brolys in Dokkan Battle and link level 10 them and use them, then by all means go for it, right? I mean, I'm gonna be going for him. I would have went for this Broly even if I don't have any characters to build him with, right? But since I have both, and since I am a Brody fan, I'm definitely going to be going for him. And I'm also going to be going for Gohan, since I also have units to build a decent team with him, right? But yeah, those are just some thoughts I want to have you guys think about before you go into these banners, because again, as I said, anniversary is around the corner. It's not that long up until then, so saving is not the worst choice. Anyways, drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know what you think about this. Are you going to be summoning, or are you not going to be summoning? Definitely would like to know your take on it. As always, I'm going to conclude now. Thanks for tuning in. Take care of yourselves. Until next time.